Hey everybody, welcome to the All About Favor channel. Today is Tell the Truth Thursday. I want to come to you today because I had received a very specific email and I want to share it with you, just some of the contents of it. And the person was saying to me in essence, Pastor KZ, to get to telling the truth, we go through a lot to even just write and type these emails to you. But Pastor KZ, have you ever just had a day where you just talk to everybody on a Thursday and ask them what made them want to pick this particular time in their life to tell the truth? That's a very good question. So I'm asking you today, what is driving you to get some things off your chest? What is driving you now to bring up some deep, dark, hidden secrets? What makes you want to tell these things now? What, like the lady that mentioned a couple of weeks ago, I read one of her letters and she was saying she was in her 70s and she was raped by her uncle and have a child by her uncle. What made her want to tell that truth that particular day? Now, I do have an idea of sorts of this could be one of the things that is driving people to tell the truth. Let me present this to you. You all tell me what you think in the comments. Don't forget, hit the thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, and comment on the video. So let me throw this out to you. Have you ever just felt like you didn't have a pulse? No pulse? That means like no life, right? They're not getting a heartbeat when they take your pulse, right? Have you ever felt like that? Have you ever met anybody that you have observed them and you like, man, they don't even act like they got a pulse. Like they don't, it's nothing, no emotions. Let me say this to you. Have you thought maybe that person might be just like you? Have you ever looked at a person and say, my goodness, they are just like me? Numb, emotionless. Just, you ever ask yourself, what is wrong with me? Why am I not excited about this? I just retired. I just had a milestone situation or event that happened in my life, and I have little or no emotion. Can anybody relate to what I'm saying, or am I just talking to the air? You know, very little emotions. Very little emotions. Could it be that you got some things pent up inside that you feel like I'm going to burst if I don't get it out? That's why I got to tell it now. That's why I'm telling the truth about it now, Pastor K. I just feel like I'm going to burst inside. I'm just bubbling over with something, and I feel like I need to say it, even though it can't change what happened. I can't go back in time and relive it, but I just feel like I want to say it. I want the truth out because this is bothering me so bad, until it's like now it's affecting my life. It's like I'm walking around numb. I don't have any emotions about things. I can't feel things that I should feel. Help me out, Pastor KZ. Am I the only one? No, you're not the only one. And thank you. I must say, I need to go back and thank you for bringing this to my attention. Because I know every week we look forward to the tell the truths and the craziness that go on or what have you, the secrets that's revealed. But we never stop to address what made that person want to tell that truth that day. When is the day going to come that you explode and say, you know what, I got something and I want to tell it? Sometimes you don't think of the people it might hurt. And sometimes, can I say this? I'm going to share something with you. I am the product of a secret. And it doesn't matter how long it takes for the secret to come out. The secret, when it comes out, it still hurts. The secret still leaves you wondering, so everybody, who didn't know this? Am I the only one? Because everybody is like, oh, I've been new. I knew. And then you start wondering, well, what? Secrets hurt. Unspoken events hurt. I don't care how long it takes for it to come out. People have to absorb this. This is my new normal. Who in here has a new normal? Who in here feels like this emotionless person, numb person, mask wearing person you have become? Do you feel like this is your normal? That shouldn't be your normal. That's not how you were built. You were built to have joy. You were built to have peace. You were built to have happiness. This emotionless, robotic person you're being, this wearing a mask all the time, that's not who God wants you to be. Try this new year to start moving the layers of the mask off. Start beginning to scratch around the surface of your heart and your mind and find out the exact date you begin to feel emotionless. And let's start digging up that root. Let's start healing that part of you. Emotions, very little emotions, or you just can't describe why you're not excited anymore, why nothing really surprises you or shocks you anymore, why certain things just don't have the same effect that it once had. You don't have the same level of excitement about things anymore. You have now become emotionally inept. You know what? I think this is just my opinion, Pastor KZ's opinion. I'm not giving you therapy or anything. But you know what? I think over the years of being disappointed, I know somebody don't want to admit it, but I think so. Being disappointed, being let down repeatedly, um, people not living up to what you expected them to be, um, being being in relationships where you feel stuck, like I'm stuck here and I don't even want to be here, but what am I going to do? Also, just things that have hurt, being hurt. You ever met people who have been really hurt in their lives from relationships or what have you, and they quickly rebounded to someone else? They only did that so they don't have to sit in that hurt. And they don't want to think about that hurt and that pain. And some people have had multiple relationships like that. And then the first person that came along that showed you a little sign of attention or a little bit, it was nothing but a distraction. But all distractions is not something you're supposed to get in and yoke up with for the rest of your life. I think I do understand what the writer of this email is saying about we get into telling the truth on Tell the Truth Thursdays. But like she said, Pastor KZ, what made that person want to tell the truth about that situation on that day? What is it? What was the final breaking point? And I'm going to ask you, when is the day going to be for your breaking point? When will the day come that you all of a sudden snap and you begin to feel again and you begin to explode and you just go off on a person, non-filtered? You know why? Because you have been suppressing the truth. And sometimes the truth is something that the person don't really want to hear, don't want to accept, don't understand, but yet you understand it. And you know when you're tired of it. Some truths come about. I can answer this in one way to the lady who wrote this. Some truths come out simply because people are tired of holding the secrets. Sometimes the truth comes out and you want to tell the truth about something because finally you feel like somebody else needs to know how you really feel about it or what the situation really was. Because sometimes people get tired of the lies, tired of the deception, tired of the betrayal, and sometimes people just really want to be free. What are your thoughts? Tell me in the comments and write me an email, walkinfavor61 at yahoo.com. Also, check out the website walkinfavor61.org. I would love to hear from you. Thank you for watching. I gave you something to think about today. You know what? As I was going through this email and thinking about some of the things that she said in it, I need to reevaluate some things because maybe I too walk around some days like numb. I don't know. I gotta look at me too, because you all gotta understand, this platform is not just designed to help you, but it's helping me too. I learned something too about myself. I just learned something about myself just now. Maybe I too walk around feeling numb sometime, emotionless. I'm gonna have to put that in my journal. Know what? I want you to go back to your journals, like the very first time you started journaling with me. And I want you to revisit some of the entries that you wrote in there. And now I want you to start adding how you've improved or developed on it. And some of you, have you gone ahead and scheduled your therapy? Call your therapist. Call a therapist. And like I said, I think I said this several videos before, sometimes you may not mesh with your first counselor. You might not. But like I said in the illustration, when I was talking about this, when the person said they didn't like the person that they was assigned to, so they're not going back to therapy, therapy didn't help them. And I said, well, have you ever bought a pair of shoes that when you got them home, they just didn't feel good? They didn't fit right, just didn't fit right. Do you stop wearing shoes? Or the next time you just try on another pair and just keep trying to get the right fit? Sometimes you have to do that with therapists, because I myself know, as being a trained therapist, I have even had to refer clients to other counselors simply because we didn't mix. Our personalities didn't gel. The level of beliefs was so different. Even though I wasn't forming an opinion, that person had formed an opinion about me. So they chose to go ahead with another counselor, and I saluted them for that, because I referred them to someone else, and they're still in counseling. So that's okay. Sometimes you got to take your personal thoughts and feelings out of it and understand your goal as a therapist and your goal as a person reaching out for therapy is to get help. As a therapist, our goal is to only make sure a person is getting help. That's all that matters, because me personally, I want to see you have a better quality of life and have some peace and some happiness. Thank you for watching today. I got something to think about now. Do you? Think about that thing. Why are you walking around little or no emotions? And when are you going to really start telling the whole truth? Don't tell me this stuff about, well, Pastor KZ, the truth hurts. Until you get some of this stuff out of you, it's just going to still stay festered into you. You got to stop being desensitized to the truth. Let that statement marinate in your spirit. Tell the truth Thursday. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching. I'll do a food for thought tomorrow. See you back. Stay focused and always walk in favor.